School districts all across the region are getting ready for the start of another school year. Students start classes in Wise County, Virginia on Friday. And joining us now to talk about all of the back-to-school excitement is Dr. Mike Goforth, who is the superintendent of Wise County Schools. Welcome and thanks for joining us today.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
I know that was quite a drive for you, so we appreciate you for coming to Johnson City to chat with us. So we'll go ahead and get right to it. I know that you are very busy, but this upcoming week, a lot of parents, I'm sure, are concerned about a lot of new things when it comes to a new school year. Talk to me a little bit about what you want parents to know as you are heading into the new school year.
Well, we have an open door policy with our parents as far as, we want to be engaged with families, and our teachers are there to help those parents in the transition, and whether it be a student just entering school for the first time, or whether it be a student going to high school as a freshman, or they're getting ready to graduate and take their senior pictures. But our teachers, our staff, they're there to help the parents ease their mind just a little bit.
Well, we know that another topic on everyone's minds right now is school safety. Tell me, are there any changes this year when it comes to school safety and protocol, but also what do you want parents to know about the safety in your buildings?
Well, actually, this year we added a new position. We have a school safety coordinator. We haven't had that in a while. We realized that there's definitely a correlation between school safety and technology, so we want to make sure that and our schools are up to date as far as door controls, being able to see camera-wise, and then also we want our principals to have a consistent communication with each other and their crisis management teams, so that they're always constantly talking about scenarios and having tabletop drills, and just making sure that if doors are closed that are supposed to be closed, and doing those walkthroughs. We're also very fortunate to have a really good relationship with the Wise County Sheriff's Office. We have SRO in every school. We also last year added an extra school resource officer at all of our high schools. So our high schools actually have an additional school resource officer.
And we know that those SROs are not only important for safety, but also the relationship with the kids.
Yes, absolutely. And we have, the guys that we have and the ladies that we have that are school resource officers, they're in it because they care about kids. Anybody that gets into education cares about kids. So it's always good to have a resource officer there in the hallway, and the kids know that they can go to them, and if they have problems or if they just want to talk about how many touchdowns they scored on Friday night.
Well, we all know that those are all very important topics, but we also know that, in the first couple weeks, kids might forget a lunch at home, or parents might have forgotten a paper to send back to the teacher. Let's talk a little bit about your check-in system and what you want parents to know.
Well, every school that we have, have one entrance. They have to be buzzed in. There's an intercom system for the parents to, to speak to the secretary. Definitely call and communicate. We'll answer the phone, help you out. If you forget your lunch, luckily in Wise County, every student that we have receives free breakfast and free lunch. But, every parent has to be buzzed in, and once they are buzzed in, then, if they need to check out their child, or if they need to give them their lunch, then we'll definitely, point them in the right direction.
Absolutely. Well, I know that a big topic lately has been school staffing. I know a lot of districts across the region are looking for teachers. Tell us, what does it look like in Wise County when it comes to staffing? Are you up to par, or do you need some more teachers or need more help in any other areas?
Well, it's a fluid situation. It's a much tougher situation than it was, not even 5 years ago. However, we're in a very good area where we're able to have a good relationship with UVA Wise. We're able to pull a lot of those students that do their student teaching. We get them very early. We also are very competitive with our pay, so we're able to recruit some of the the best of the surrounding counties, and I know that's not always good for the other counties, but it is for us. But right now, we're one teacher short. I'll be honest with you, we're about one teacher short, but it's something that we're still, interviews are ongoing, and we're still receiving applications.
Well, that's good. Well, hopefully you will be filling that spot very soon. Well, last question before I let you go. We know that obviously with the new school year might come some new programs or things of that nature. Talk to me a little bit about anything new for this upcoming school year that you want families to be aware of.
Well, again, it's just about parent engagement. We want, before, when COVID came about, and a lot of the parents were kind of locked out and weren't allowed to be a part of it, and we've tried to make a concerted effort of allowing parents to come back in, be more involved with their students, and make sure they reach out to their principal and say, how can I get involved?
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for
Thank you.
joining us on a very busy week, and congratulations on another school year. And just a reminder, students in Wise County, you head back to class on Friday. That's where you can find the 4 primary, 3 middle, and 1 combined primary and middle school. There are also 3 high schools and a career technical center. Again, classes start in Wise County on Friday.